Yes, indeed. A big welcome to you and you and you and you everywhere, all over the world, wherever you're watching this from right now. My name is Ehi Nakimio. And today I have a really special guest, a very interesting guest, somebody who I have known for quite a long time, but I will bring him into the studio. There's a reason why I'm going to bring him in directly, because I did some digging up some background and I want to find out directly from him if everything that I dug up, all the information that I dug up is exact and correct. So without much ado, I will bring in this brother right now. Let's get things on the clear. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Good. You can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's absolutely perfect. Right now, all the stars are aligned perfectly. So before I officially introduce you, here's what I'm going to do. Right, I'm read some bit of information, and it's up to you to tell me if I am correct or not. Okay,
Yeah.
so before that I did some digging up about goes like this. Now listen carefully. Okay. So it says that this person, well, I did some Wikipedia, that this person is called Ahmed Mohamed Kakui. I will not say it says when the guy was born, right? I will not announce it here. Please tell me if everything is correct, but it's around the 8th of October. I won't say the year. It's up to you to decide if you would tell us that.
Yes, yes.
If you tell us that year or not as we chat along, okay? This person is better known by his stage name as Mad Ice. He's a Ugandan singer, songwriter, initially of a ragamuffin singer, and later stage during his progression, he went into Afro pop and Afro soul music. He gained fame in Uganda, Tanzania, and throughout East Africa, later settling in Finland and developing a distinct world music career, still singing mostly in Swahili and in Luganda with some additional lyrics in English. Considered a world music performer from East Africa, he has appeared in jazz, world music, pop, rock, and fusion festivals, and has released studio albums like Baby Gal, Mad Ice, and Maneno, and an EP called Maisha. Are we spot on or are we off mark?
No, we are. We are.
Okay,
But I think one thing I like always to address is the world music thing.
good.
But I guess we will talk about it
Okay.
because it is something which I never understood why,
Mm,
uh, like, we should be put in a certain box,
okay.
you know,
Mm,
because I don't see any other artists. It's like me finding any other artist I don't know from a different part of the world, and I said those are world music artists because I just look at,
from somewhere in the world, ja.
yeah. And it has limited us through the years. Most of us,
Mm,
we've been
mm-hmm.
limited. That you
Yeah.
belong to that box. Oh no, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to do mainstream.
Yes.
So, but right now I can say thank God to Afrobeats for the revolution
Mm,
of it. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, can I ask you just a little bit? I know you have this massive, mighty, powerful microphone. Could you bring it a bit closer to you so that we can hear the resonance in that voice that we're about to talk about here? There you go.
Uh-huh.
Right there. Now we're talking. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I officially introduce to you Mad Eye. So that was just a brief background of the totality of Mad Ice. But those who know Mad Ice know him beyond just the words that were written in a Wikipedia lift off there. So, Mad Ice, in your own words, could you tell us what is happening to you? I mean, you're not a stranger to this platform. You're not a stranger to the music that we've listened to all over the world from you, and we know who you are on this stage. Who is Mad Ice right now?
Um, Maybe I can start by saying I'm a father. because many times people have been wondering, like, okay, you've been so quiet for a while. I'm like, yes, that happens when you have family. It happens when you have children to raise. Um, but that doesn't it doesn't mean that I'm not a musician anymore. I've seen many people saying, "Oh, this dude doesn't sing anymore. He's just doing other things." I'm like, "Of course, we are allowed to do other things." I've been hosting a lot of events, and also I was on radio actually for quite a long time, and so many people thought that I stopped doing music because they see me doing something else. Um, but I'm still doing music, and but also I like to say that I should be allowed to be all that. I should be a musician, and I should be a radio presenter. I should be also an event promoter
Of
without
course.
taking away my eyes. So I've
Mm,
seen people complaining a lot. You don't, because they just like, oh, you don't do music. I'm like, of course I do
mm,
music,
yeah.
But I understand them on the other point, because
Mm,
I took like a break.
okay.
I needed, it was a needed break.
Mm,
I needed it
mm,
because there is
s-
a point where I couldn't write. I couldn't do anything. I felt like I can't do
mm,
anything. So I
okay.
needed that. Yeah.
That break. Let me just pop in and ask you just briefly, right? That I would like, there was something that I read that I found intriguing and interesting at the same time.
Mm.
Okay, but for those that don't even know how I know you, I literally met Mad Ice on the streets of Helsinki.
Mm.
Uh, we were both literally chasing the same thing, just from radio station to one entertainment venue and stuff like that. I say, hey, brother, what are you doing? And that is how we met and became friends ever since then.
Yeah.
The Mad Ice that I knew then
Mm.
isn't the same Mad Ice that I know now. You used to do, the dance hall,
Yeah.
as it said, ragamuffin.
Yeah.
At what points did that transition happen and what triggered it?
I think it all started in, I can say 20, what was it? 2008, I think.
Mm, okay.
That time I started feeling that, let's say seven actually, because that's when I did Maneno album, which has
Mm,
Wange, which was one of my biggest hit songs.
yeah.
But when you listen to that album, it has different songs, and those songs are not in the same, let's say, same arrangements. They don't have same arrangements,
Okay.
and also the sounds are very different. Of course,
Mm,
all songs can't have the same arrangement, but
yeah.
let me say the sounds are very different. I was trying
Mm,
to experiment.
okay.
I wanted to go acoustic, and I felt like, of course, I loved the energy when you go on stage on festivals and you really push and all this raga. It was a mix of raga and some rock band like
Mm,
musicians I
yeah,
had,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
it was crazy,
Mm,
and I wasn't satisfied with the sound.
okay.
It was okay for the audience, because I
Mm,
remember every festival I went to, people were just crazy. But for me, I was feeling something was missing.
okay.
So I decided to drop the whole band and then
Mm,
decided to audition for new musicians. And
okay.
I got someone who's playing an acoustic guitar. He's been playing since 2007 or 8. He's been playing up to now.
Mm,
That's my
mm,
main guitarist that people see, Sammy.
mm,
And I needed just to figure out exactly the new sound that I was looking for.
mm,
And then I realized I don't get that sound when I still go to do the raga raga stuff, you
yep.
know? I
Mm,
don't get it.
mm,
So I decided to slow down, start writing easy pieces,
yep.
more like laid back.
Yep.
And I started to get what I wanted. And that gave birth to Maisha EP, where you hear Maneno, Maisha,
Mm,
Te Amo,
yeah, Tamo, yeah.
yes, yes, and Mapenzi Sumu, which also became a
Mm,
big hit.
mm,
So I think finally I got the sound that I wanted, and I decided now I had to bring back again my first guitarist, who used
okay.
to do more, who had more like that rock touch.
Mm, mm,
So now is back in the group. And but now already I know exactly what sound I want. So it's
yep.
easy to blend
Mm,
them together, you know.
yeah. Mm,
So yeah. So it took time.
mm. So you said what I'm looking for, is that something that you're looking for? Were you able to put your finger on it? Does it have a definition. You said
Uh,
something was missing. What is that something?
something was missing. I think it was in the whole sound. The sound
Mm,
felt too hard.
okay.
It was very hard, and I needed
Mm,
something a little bit. It could be soft, but
yeah.
at the same time, I can push it when I'm live
Mm,
on stage. I can push it to go to the edge of
mm,
raga at the end of the
yeah.
day, and
Mm,
that's what I'm doing right now. I
okay.
can play all these beautiful Afro soul tunes,
Mm,
but
mm,
without even losing that. At the end of the show, I can give you something that you've been missing. So that's the old Mad Eyes. But at
mm,
the same time, it is not too electronic,
yeah.
not
Okay.
feeling that, okay, you're now out of space. No, it is
Mm,
all within.
yeah.
Yeah.
Madais, let's go to East Africa.
Mm,
Right. Your I always tell this story quite a lot. There were some artists that I had as a promoter I brought to Finland some
mm,
years ago, and they were quite a huge band
mm.
are they from Uganda, I think.
Is it from?
Radio and Weasel.
Yeah, ready.
Remember
Yes, yes.
Radio and Weasel? Yeah.
Radio, yes, yes.
Yeah. So the reason I brought this up is because I did not realize how of I mean, we sit together, we laugh together. People, we see this man on the streets every day. We don't know that in East Africa, Madais is a big deal. Madais is a big deal. He's way bigger than we see him here. Do you feel a sense of not, I don't know how to describe it. Would it be, do you feel that some elements of you is lost in Finland as compared to every time you go back to East Africa? How do you describe the difference? How do you describe the feeling that you get?
Um, I think living in Finland, you learn to live the Finnish way. I have
Mm.
so many big artists I know. We could sit somewhere, nobody cares who they are. Yeah. So you find us in the cafes. You meet some of them here.
Mm.
Some of them on public transport. Some of them, it's just the same. You can find a minister just on public transport. You sit down in the high.
Mm.
So it humbles you in a certain way.
Yeah.
And I love the quietness, actually.
Mm.
I love it. However, with my music, then like I feel like I'm missing something, because when people don't know who you are or understand what you do and what you give, then they
Yeah.
just take you for granted most of the time.
Mm. Yeah.
So that basically it, in a way, you lose a lot,
Mm.
I could say.
Mm.
When I'm back home, someone knows, okay, this is Mad Ice. Yes.
Yeah.
Am I like how I used to be? Or I'm like, no.
Mm.
I was then like the top
Mm.
guy,
Yeah.
or one of the top guys.
Okay.
And then when I left, I came here. It
Mm.
changed, because you're in a place where they don't know you. They're only reading in the newspapers. They're like, okay, who is he? Oh, okay,
Mm.
then you start going every places. And
Mm.
also that changes, because then we don't have the radio stations here playing our music.
True. Very true. Very true. Very true.
Yeah, they don't play our music anymore.
Mm.
Even then, when they used to play, it was not much.
Yep.
So it keeps on changing. Let's say you see something shrinking slowly by slowly, but
Mm.
deep inside, you know who you are. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, when I'm here, this is how it is. When I go home,
Mm.
I
Yeah.
know who I am, and I know also how to deal with home.
Yeah. Mm.
However, from the very beginning, I'm not a guy who likes to fuss about things, working with security, doing this.
Yeah.
I never
Mm.
used to have that.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
I would have someone with me
Yeah.
as my security personnel,
Yeah.
but you never understand that. You will never know it.
Mm. Okay.
And one of
So,
the reasons why I've been
yeah.
also training for years, I
Yeah.
used to train
Yeah.
because I want to be able to handle
So,
myself.
of course,
Yeah.
I think it's gotten to that level now, especially with the way the industry has grown, with
Yeah.
the amount of energy that goes into it.
Mm.
I mean, I'm sure that a lot of interviews you've done quite a lot of interviews, exhaustive, that has talked about what influenced you and all those kind of things. I know that is perhaps in the past.
Mm.
I would like to quickly jump into what is ahead. There's an event coming up in February, and I think
Yes.
we'll need to get that right off the bat and tell people about this one. If I can, let me see if I can get it up
Yeah.
on Okay, like this one. This is the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is. You want to tell us something about this?
This is going to be the first concert for 2025.
25. Yeah.
Yes, this is going to be the first concert.
Mm,
So basically, it's in a way more of a gift to my fans here who have been saying, "Okay, you have been quiet." Yes, I've been
mm,
quiet for a while, but now I said, "Okay, let's put up this. Let's start the year like this,
yeah.
an evening with Mad Eyes, and it's just going to be a beautiful set, 1.5 hour set of my
Mm,
music, and of course with you guys."
yeah.
So yeah, that's how it's going to be.
Mm,
Mm.
So what are they? What are the fans expecting? Do we have any new music coming up?
Yes, there is new music coming, and
Mm,
hopefully, I should be actually able to showcase the new song that should be out.
okay.
That
Uh,
same day, I should be able to showcase that new song.
mm. So
Yeah.
what would be the structure of it? Do you have other artists performing, or is it? Are we
Uh,
spending time? This is an exclusive.
it's
Mad
it,
Ice
it's
and his fans.
an exclusive with me, but I have one young brother who is very talented, and he
Mm,
will join me on stage.
okay.
He's a Gambian kora player.
Okay.
So he will join me on stage, just
Mm,
play a couple of tunes together. Because for
mm,
me, I really admire other musicians, and
yeah.
when I see someone doing something beautiful, I like to tap into that.
Yeah.
And I love Kora. The
Mm.
band actually thinks that I should have a permanent Kora player.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they think. They're like, "How about we keep him?"
Mm, mm,
So let's see. Never know. Never know.
mm,
So yeah, I might end up keeping the brother like to join
mm,
the team fully. But this time it's going to be I will introduce him and then
mhm,
we'll do a couple of songs together and then we continue
yeah.
this. Yeah.
Apparently, this is something. It's not a new feature with your presentations. You've actually been doing this for quite a while. Like every year, you have at least one concert set up
Mm.
to showcase, so that you keep reminding people that hey, Mad Ice is still in the building, isn't it?
Yes, it has been that every year, apart from last year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it used to be, let's say before COVID, that every year there would be one or two concerts. And the
Mm,
Valentines used to be a thing that had
yeah.
started in Tanzania, that every
Mm,
Valentines we have an evening with Mad Eyes
wow.
in Dar
Mm,
es Salaam.
mm, mm,
And it was just something intimate, something cozy, and it was beautiful. So
mm,
now this year we do it on the 12th here in Finland
yeah.
because yeah,
Mm,
we couldn't manage to be in Dar es Salaam at the same time or this same week.
yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
so
So, Madais, let's look at the industry as a whole, okay? I mean, sometimes these are things that we talk about, we laugh about, and we compare notes with Afro music across the world, the brand of music that you have. What
mm.
are the current challenges? I mean, you are a seasoned artist. You're not an upstart. So, when you're comparing notes with what used to be, what's happened with the flow, the change, and what the future seems or will be like, what kind of commentary would you make on that?
I think we've come far when you look at
Mm,
it, especially into this what we call it mainstream Afropop.
yeah.
You know, we have pushed to where we are right now. That you can see this music through different countries or globally. You know, and the flagship of Afrobeats. So Afrobeats has opened the doors. Now, uh, the days when we were trending, performing around, Europe and other countries, or other continents, we were never presented as, let's say, we were always put in the world music category, even if
Okay,
you
that again, yeah.
English everything, so they would
Mm,
put you there, you
yeah.
know. Even if you had like really just like from home, they would be like, that's an R&B artist singing English.
Mm,
But in Europe, they wouldn't accept you because you are from Africa. Already that put you into world music. It
mm,
started to change slowly by slowly.
yeah.
But when we look at the quality of music that is being produced in the recent years, it's really beautiful. We have
Mm,
improved. We are doing it as it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Not that we didn't do it, because we used to have the same quality sounds. When you look at the Hugh Masekela,
Yeah.
Oliver Mtukuzi, Angelique Kijo, we
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
at Miriam Makeba. The sound was quality from those,
Yes.
but it was on the other
For
side.
that era. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was not from the young people,
Yes.
doing something which is more like contemporary, something which is for the clubs. They didn't have that. They were just trying to figure out to be American and all that. Now we are everything we want to be and what we ever wanted to be.
Do you think that, sorry to jump in, do you think that there's some level of over commercialization of the industry right now? It's all about money, 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 money.
Yes, I was about to say that our big problem now, where it's going to be our downfall, I could say, is about just money, 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 money. And I've been told, why don't you do Amapiano? Why don't you do this? Because I don't feel like.
Yeah, that's not you.
That's not me. Not that I cannot sing to it, and I can do almost anything.
Yeah.
You throw something, I'll listen to it. Right? I'll be like, okay, I have a melody for you, I have this and this. But that's not my thing.
Yeah.
We have to stop this trend of jumping on everything that comes, because by the time we get off, someone is forgotten.
We lose ourselves in the process.
And that is something I've spoken for years, even back home, and they're like, this guy is a coward. He just, he's envious to the,
too scared to try.
I'm like, no. And I usually ask, okay, how many times do you see me having a hit song? How many times? But why do you consider me still as someone relevant today? It's because what I gave you those years, and that even if I give you a song like 5 years ago, whatever, you still find it relevant after 10 years, because I'm not just jumping, I'm creating something original. And I give it to you. I put my heart to it, into it, and then I give it to you. It takes you time to understand it, to recognize it, or to understand the whole thing that I created. But when you start listening slowly by slowly, after a few months, you get to love it. Now we are doing only copy paste,
copy.
And it's not going to like keep us long. There are few who are going to stay, and then the rest will disappear. That we've seen it over and over.
So do you have any plans in 2025 to hit the East African region? I'm sure after this particular concert that you have on the 12th of February, there's so much that you have lined up. I know you're extremely busy and you have a lot of stuff trapped undercover that you have not shared just yet. What is 2025 going to be like for you? Because I think you cannot keep Mad Ice locked in Finland alone. What's going on? Tell us. Scoop.
I think I just decided that it's time to start do more than less, because I've been all the time like, okay, I'll do this, and then I don't do it. But I got to a reason to understand why I wasn't doing. So this time from this concert, then there are a few shows lined up, and also there's a project going on in England, which needs to be finished with Mrisi. Who's a British South African based artist in Brighton.
Okay.
And then I have to be in East Africa. So there's a few negotiations going on with a couple of events, and then we see. But I'm going to be spending more time in East Africa.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do. Spend more time in East Africa, such that at least when you're there, people see, oh, he's here.
Yeah.
I remember one brother telling me, so, bro, your problem is you release songs and you disappear. You release a song, you disappear. By the time we need you for shows, we don't see you.
We don't see you.
Everyone is afraid of the extra costs. Because they think you're here, and then like, no, he's not here. He lives in Finland. So the extra cost of like, okay, fly him in with his band and everything. It's like, but if you're here, I think it would do much, much better. And it would be also good for you. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. That's true. That's true. I have to try and spend more time. So this is what I'm going to do this year. Spend more time in East Africa and other years to come.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to shift the whole thing
in that direction, which it requires, because you have been away for, I mean, Finland loves you, no doubt, but I'm sure that back home they miss Because at the end of the day, what I see is that even though the popular amapiano, the popular Afrobeats trends is popular as it is,
Mm.
people still demand and require that good quality music, which artists like you are considered as gems and are rare, and they don't see them quite often. So it would be good for you to go back home and put your feet down a little bit and spread the joy. That brings me to the issue of artists and the costs.
Mm.
A couple of years ago, it was much easier as a promoter to bring in artists and fly them in. Do you think that artists currently are overpricing themselves and, like you had mentioned before, killing not just their brand, but
Mm.
also doing damage, a lot of damage to the industry?
Yeah. Yeah. On this one, I'm going to speak as just as an promoter or event organizer.
Yeah.
I've seen it over and over with my team that we decide that we are not going to take an artist. We're not.
Hmm.
We don't want, because they think our job is to give them money and we don't have to earn anything.
Yeah.
The moment you stop thinking about how the business runs
Yeah.
and you just only become selfish, then you're doomed.
Mm.
They'll be like, yo, well, you, the guys who don't have money, we get money from others.
From
But
somebody
also,
else.
they're
Yeah.
complaining the same things. I've
Yeah.
been discussing with other promoters in Norway,
Mm.
in Denmark, in Germany. They all complain the same thing.
Mm.
Because if you come to ask me for 40,000
Yeah.
euros just for a show, and you're coming just you and the DJ and
Yeah.
some entourage, which has nothing to do with
To
you
do with, yeah,
with show,
performance. Yeah. Mm.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
And then the venue and also the tickets that we're going to sell, they are not
Yeah.
even going to bring back half of that money. Why should we do
Mm.
business with you? And we
Yeah.
explain to you
Yeah.
this, many African, let's say I can say, because we deal with the Afrobeats, Nigerian artists mostly, because
Mm.
they have
Mm.
who are from that region who
Yeah.
are big.
Mm.
You tell them this is Finland. It's not even 6 million people. Do you understand? And
Mm.
not even a 1 million supports
Yeah.
African music.
Mm.
You know, they don't know. It's like, well, Sweden, they did. It's like, Sweden is not
It's,
Finland,
true.
you know?
Mm.
And on top of that, you want someone to come on a Sunday, but still they want to put the
Want the
price to be
same, yep,
same price, like it's a Friday or Saturday,
on Saturday. Yeah.
you know? On the other
Mm.
hand, I like the Jamaicans. They kind of seem to be like, you know what? I like
We'll
your
do it. I love
explanation.
the, yeah, and I love the music. I love my crafts. I want everybody to share
They will
the
show
joy
up.
that I have to offer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
they will show up and they will think about the cost. Okay, let's do this. Okay, if this is the budget and this is what, how many sales, how many tickets you expect to sell,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be coming, let's say, with my DJ. He's
Mm.
or with my manager. Can you get me a DJ down? You understand?
Mm. Mm.
And they're easy to work with.
Mm.
Unfortunately, our fellow African artists, they're so hard to deal with. And they
Mm.
are saying this is how professionals, like, no, you're above that, you've passed
Yeah.
that, you're not anymore behaving professionally.
Yeah.
You're greedy and very
Right.
unprofessional with the people you
Mm.
have on the, like,
Mm.
they have this entourage. You talk to the manager, most of them have no manners.
Yep.
They come to you as if you're there.
Yeah. Yeah. They're doing you a favor.
Yeah, they're doing
It's
you a favor. You
it's
talk
it's a
to them.
sense of entitlement, I think.
Yes,
But then again, on the flip side, Madice, on the flip side,
Mm.
the show that you're having on the 12th,
Mm.
regarding the pedigree, the kind of artist that you are,
Mm.
what is a good scale, a good price to pay for an artist? I mean, the creative field is quite expensive to manage.
Mm.
What is a good price? I think the for instance the ticket tag on your show, for instance, I think that's a fair price. You know, it's a
It
whole band,
is very,
regular,
very fair. Very fair.
because some yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I always tell people a live show in Finland, someone should be able to pay 40 euros. That should be the minimum,
Yeah.
of a live show. Anyone who's
Mm.
doing live and is very good at what they do, you
Yeah.
should be able, okay, let's say the minimum 35. Let's put
Yeah.
it that,
Mm.
35 euros.
Yeah.
That should be the minimum for an entry to that
Mm.
person's, and then we can go on 40, 45 and above,
Yeah, and above.
depending on how
On
big
the
this
big
artist,
the
how
show is and the venues and all the
yes,
costs
venues,
that
and also with the outreach of this artist, because
yeah.
You find someone who has all the radio play everywhere.
Mm, mm,
That's a different case because he has
yeah.
more reach. Then he'll bring in more
Mm,
people.
mm.
For the diaspora, we don't have that chance. We
That
don't
kind
have
of
that much.
true.
So you have also to always think into those brackets that, okay,
Yeah.
here, these are the people that listen to me. These are the people who know me. These are the people who want, okay, now
Mm,
the venue and all that. All right, let me put this to be. Now, when
mm,
we come to as artists, like those we bring in
yeah.
to put somewhere, we also do the same way. Who knows
Mm,
you?
yep.
You know, you might think you're known in England, but you're not known to Finland, not
Yeah,
known
true.
to
Very true.
Denmark. With
Very
this
true.
is its own small side.
For little, yeah.
Nobody knows you. Oh, if you
Mm,
know you, then
mm,
let's reason that way that the price of your show is going to be only 20 or 25.
mm.
So that way I cannot afford to pay you over 6,000 or 10,000,
That's insane. Yep.
because the venue I
Mm,
have maybe is not going to fit in 500 people or 600.
mm.
And,
Madais,
you know,
Madais, there's we're speaking so much English. I understand that you speak more than one
mm,
language. You speak Swahili, you speak Luganda. What is
yes.
your relationship between Swahili and Luganda? Are you people like you? We've had this argument before. You have your tentacles, you have your feet solidly, grounded in East Africa. So you have your base, your HQ, so to speak, in East Africa.
Mm.
Would you mind saying something to your fans back home in East Africa?
Mm.
Something, wish them well, tell them that you're coming soon, and what your thoughts are for the year ahead.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I speak Swahili and
Yeah.
Luganda,
Hmm.
and I'm a Ugandan who grew
Yeah.
up in Tanzania because they've been arguing a lot. They've been arguing, and I let them go because there are those who are saying, "No, he is Kenyan. His mother is Kenyan."
What does it matter? You're African, man.
I'm East African. I'm African. I don't always
Yes.
even discuss those things. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
kwa wale ambao mnatazama sasa hivi Swahili, wale ambao mnanitazama sasa hivi ni kwamba kuna kazi mpya ambayo itakuja hivi karibuni. Kuna wimbo mpya. Huo wimbo actually utakuwa kwenye lugha ya Kiganda. Kuna wengi anasema kwa nini? No, sisi ni wanamuziki jamani. Muziki wetu ni kwamba kila mtu anaopokea anavyopokea. Kama umeelewa ninachokiimba, sawa. Haujaelewa sawa, lakini kuna namna mtu anajikuta kwamba anakuja kuelewa hata lugha kama haielewi. Na wengi mmenifahamu kwamba naimba kwa Kiswahili na pia naimba kwa Kiganda. Kama nakumbuka kwamba kulikuwa Baby Girl, afu kulikuwa na Wange ambaye alikuwa kwenye Kiganda na Kiswahili, na kuna Omaria. Na tukizungumzia Omaria, music video imeshafanyika. Ni wimbo wa zamani, lakini watu wamekuwa wakiomba video yake. Tayari nimefanya kazi hiyo na director Simon. Video itakuja very soon. And then tukimaliza hapo ndio kazi mpya na yenyewe nitaitambulisha tarehe 12 kama sijakosea, kwenye concert ambayo nafanya hapa. So nitatambulisha wimbo mpya. Ndio hivyo.
Bro, I feel you, man. I feel you. So one more time, Mad Ice, it's been a pleasure having you. I know you're a very busy man and all that. You had to make time for this. This is very, very important. But before we move any further, here's what you need to know. On the 12th of February from 7 p.m. to late on a Wednesday, we call it a pre-Valentine's Day event. So come and spend an evening with Mad Ice and the full band. They're going to be live at Alimus. That's in the heart of Helsinki, Pengerkatu 11. So go get your tickets already. They're online. All the information is there. You can follow Mad Ice. Where can we find you, Mad Ice? Where we can get all the tickets, etc., etc., etc.
You can find me on Instagram, Mad Ice Official, Facebook, Mad Ice Official, and also on TikTok. I've started being a little bit active. That's a platform for so many young people. So I'm trying to get it. And also YouTube the same. So, but there is a link on my Instagram. There is a link for tickets. Right away when you go to my Instagram bio, you will see a link for the coming concert. You will get, you can easily get your ticket from there.
Yes.
So, yeah.
All right, brother man, thank you very much for your time. And we're looking forward and all the hype and all the action going on surrounding the concert, your show coming up, an evening with Mad Ice, live with a full band in Helsinki. So, brother man, thank you very much. And
Thank
until
you very
next time, yep.
much for
All
having
right. Okay.
me. All right.
No worries, man. There you have it. We've had Mad Ice right here on the Afrobeat calls with me, Ehi and Akimio. We had it on live on Facebook also. So from here, from me to you, thank you. Until next time when we meet again, what we'll also try to do is put the show on this channel, Mad Ice's show on this channel. I will be there. Not something I definitely will not be missing that one. So I'll talk to you guys quite soon. And do try to click on the subscribe button, follow us, send us messages, leave comments, and of course, talk to you guys soon. Bye.